end of May this year. And what's going to happen in the second half here, William Shongwe?
Let's first talk about who takes the Confederations Cup spot, the CAF Cup Confederations Cup as well. That's another battle that a lot of teams are fighting for. Amazulu are in there, Skukuna are in there, Chiefs are in there. Very interesting. The second half here, my story remains is with the amount of work Polokwane City have done already. For me, I'm not sure if they have enough to be able to last through, because Sundowns will go back the same way, wear them down and see if they can find the pockets of spaces. But there's that transition thread that Polokwane always brings. But that's why it's open. That's why we're here.
And thanks for the reminder to tell you at the 75th minute what's going to happen.
Well, who knows? Maybe they're a team that runs. I guess this is what the coach has prepared them to be able to accept or deal with. Is the amount of pressure that can be imposed by other teams, but they must have enough to last through the 90 minutes.
Man in the pictures had a great game tonight. His name's Edwin Maramaja. There is Kambala, along with Ronnie Mabangule, and about to get underway then for the second half. And it'll be fascinating to know what Miguel Cardoso and Pudimo Hafe said to their charges during the half-time break. But I'm sure we're going to be dished up with very much something of the same as what we saw during the first half. And at what time and what substitutions are we going to see? Are we going to see the pace of a Tashik Matthews maybe being introduced, Katlejo and Tabeleng coming into play for Mamelodi Sundowns and adding to the flow and play? Well, we'll have to wait and find out, because Sundowns get us underway in the Seshego for the start of the second half, playing in blue and white, attacking the goal to the left-hand side of your screen and immediately looking for an opportunity. Polokwane City in the orange and black will play from left to right during the course of this second and decisive half.
Did you notice something from the kickoff? I think the coach realized that they've wasted quite a lot of time trying to bypass the middle, maybe trying to work the ball through many build-ups, and obviously they were hitting a wall. And I saw one long pass with a flood of players that joined into the attack. Maybe they'll be playing those long ones and fight for the second goal in the attacking day.
Well, it's a different way to what we traditionally see Mamelodi Sundowns play, but yeah, when you in this sort of situation where you've drawn the last two matches and only 2 points out of 6 and falling behind Orlando Pirates as far as the chase for the title is concerned, I suppose you have to come up with different aspects. Long throw in from Batuludi. Still a challenge here. I think the offside flag would go up and an own goal wouldn't help matters, but danger averted by Ronwood Williams. I think the ball might have been going wide anyway. Williams can't find Mokwena. Nice recovery from Mokwena, and I think Sundowns will have a throw in, and they do. Matuludi, very focused indeed. This was Rimodiba, 30-year-old, one of a couple of the Super Sport United, former Super Sport United players playing at Sundowns. Ronald Williams is another. So for that matter is Tebogo Mokwena. Vikram Reyners played at Super Sport United after coming from Stellenbosch FC and promptly went back to Stellenbosch FC and then popped up at Mamelodi Sundowns. So yeah, Super Sport United have an influence in the past, and Mamelodi Sundowns enjoying the benefit of those players.
Don't forget or leave out Grant Kikan is another.
Talking about the starting lineup.
Sitting on the bench today.
Adams dropping into that central defensive position, and he's become so adaptable, William, to attacking and then dropping back. Look where he is now. He's playing as a centre-back alongside of Ndamani, while the rest of the attacking gets done. Ndamani, nice first touch. And will flick in towards Pidishala Lile, offside. And the discipline from the Polokwane City camp continues.
Well, I guess the coach didn't have to say much. His boys, you realize what he did? Yes, clearly Shalulile is offside there. Straying offside, unaware of his surroundings. I guess, like I said, the team talk from Coach Puti was very easy. Whatever you did in that first half, just go on and do it again. That's it. Chill, relax, take some refreshments and go back to the field.
And Mamalodi Sundowns can't take anything for granted here, because Polokwane City scored that late goal through Manuel Kampala to snatch the points away from Gavin Hunt's Stellenbosch FC's side. Stellenbosch on 32 points seem to be okay as far as the relegation battle is concerned. As you said, 12 points remaining. They're 11 points clear of Marumo Gallants, so I don't think there's any problems, but I'm sure that Gavin Hunt would prefer to play in the top 8. Cupido and Damani. And so far, I know it's early days in the second half, and it's not a situation where we've had any substitutions yet, as Yende goes on a bit of a charge, and again possession is reverted for the moment to Polokwane City anyway. That's a nice touch from Peter Shalulile, winning possession back.
He does that. He's one of those strikers, I think, players that chase for those crosses. He scores goals from such situations.
Lovely ball to Modiba, and Zwane is again flummoxed.
The line. Whatever through pass that they try to put through, difficult to beat the line. It's just so deep. For me, what they did, what Jaden did earlier on, with a few chances, strikes from some long range outside of the box, at the one way that they can beat this goalkeeper.
So that surely has to be the option, has to be a situation. If we remain at a tied situation up towards the 80th minute, then surely Mamelodi Sundowns are going to start striking from the 30 meters out.
Because you can't break them with the open play.
No.
The short passing game, the pockets of spaces are all occupied, all tight.
Mamalodi gets the better of Toboko Mokoena, and we spoke about the frustration factor. Polokwane City will continue to do what Polokwane City does, and this is the way they've set up their shop, and we've seen it in the first half. It's deja vu in the second, and it's I suppose Mamelodi Sundowns are the side that have to take this game by the scruff of the neck. They have to go out and win it. They're not going to be gifted anything. They haven't been gifted anything so far. It's almost like in championship boxing. If you want to take a title away from another boxer, you've got to come out and grab it. And Sundowns have to grab this match with both hands. Yende with a little stab through. Second bite of the cherry. Nice touch as well from Zwane. Matebula comes out with a good save. Well, not quite cleared off the line, but I suppose the intervention was adequate enough in front of Peter Shalulile. Yende with a delightful touch to Zwane. Matebula with a thumbs up to his defense.
Nice pickup. Zwane of course rolls it and he's onside. Reyna's there, and goalkeeper comes out, makes himself big, and it's a good block. It's a decent block, right? And Reyna still has time to ping it across into the box. Not enough.
Ramaja played a huge role just behind his goalkeeper, and then put himself on the line to prevent any other further danger coming from Mamelodi Sundowns. But it almost appears that suddenly there's a bit of space opening up. Ramabu carried away by Williams, saved by Williams. Disappointment for Polokwane City, and lovely effort from Shabalala. But Williams is a quality keeper.
The speed, reaction speed from getting up and being ready to make that second save is always a good thing for a goalkeeper to be able to do, because you get other goalkeepers that makes a save and takes forever to get up.
But that's one of the drills that you see goalkeepers going through in not only the warm-ups but in training sessions as well. That situation where a shot comes in and it's that initial recovery. Polokwane again, not able to make his way through. It's becoming a lot more urgent, and protest from Coach Cardoso about the throw-in. It's been awarded to Polokwane City.
It's decision time now.
Yep. And it goes straight into the notebook. Not quite 10 minutes into the second half, and Mamelodi Sundowns having to fight hard here. Mamelodi Sundowns looking to end week 26 on the top of the table, and then if they could do the business over Polokwane City again on Sunday, then to go even further clear of Orlando Pirates, I beg your pardon. Lots to play before that situation becomes a reality. Damani, and again a very, very high press. Jaden Adams, the most rearward link for Mamelodi Sundowns, tries that little dink up front, and the ball hits one of those patches and just stops absolutely dead in front of Reyners, and somebody's offside anyway, and the frustration continues, not only for Sundowns on the pitch, but for the supporters that have travelled here as well. Good clearance again from Ronald Williams in front of Bonginkosi Dlamini. Heading up towards 10 minutes played in the second half. Mokoena holds beautifully onto the ball before being muscled off it. Big figure of Mapangule, uncompromising, is the 29-year-old who played his football in the first division with Umbombele United out in Mpumalanga. In fact, that looked like Kalepu before the challenge from Mapangule.
If it's not possible in open play, there's always a possibility with a set piece, but that's some way off to try the goalkeeper directly.
Well, a little bit of a double dummy. Aubrey Modiba to the back post. Matebula intervenes. Offside flag was up anyway against Sundowns, and was that a collision between keeper and defender? Because is that Manion Kembola that's not looking too healthy there? Muscle injury to Linda Kukle Matebula.
Yeah, he collides with his own defender. Kambala, it is actually.
Williams was busy a little bit earlier than Matebula. This is where it came from.
Well picked up. Nice and early. Bit close to the keeper. Makes it look so easy, Williams. But doesn't quite get a good hand to get the distance away. And that's why he needed to react very quickly to get up.
Body player. Substitution for Polokwane City. It's going to be Sibusiso Shabalala. He's going to make way, and Raymond Daniels will come on to take his place. 9th time off the bench for Raymond Daniels. He used to play at Hungry Lions a couple of seasons ago in the first division before being spotted here. Much more of a wing player, so it's going to be fascinating to see then who pops up, like Ramabu. Daniels is much more of a right-sided player, so maybe we'll see Ramabu play a little bit more centrally, but I think it will be Kalepu.
But I guess if you are Putti, you're not too concerned about the damage that you can do, as long as the shape remains in the middle and in defense.
Mokoena, Allende shepherds the ball beautifully. It is their way through. Lovely defending from Chloe Nkwe. Eventually the shot does come in. Back into his opponent. And again, there's a protest from the Mamelodi Sundowns bench. Rain is with a wry smile on his face. And Peter Shalalili was the man who was involved with Linda Kukle Matebula, who I think is playing rather nicely tonight, the goalkeeper of Polokwane City.
I'm actually trying to find out exactly what did the Rangers do wrong. Did he lean against the defender?
Cool, calm and collected. In defence, Matebula. The same down the other side with Ronald Williams, keeping the ball away from Raymond Daniels. Match starting to heat up again. Modiba was making a run on the outside. Reyners decides to go back to Tabani. Good work by Swani. In fact, it's Mokoena. Damani. Lovely little angle ball, but too far away from Peter Shalolile, not close enough to the wide players for Mamelodi Sundowns. Still, they're not able to find a way through. Still, there's movement across the bench of Miguel Cardoso, and it looks as if he's about to make a change. While that's all happening, Matebula is being brought into action, I think, a little more than what we saw in the first half.
You see, this is what I'm talking about from Quinn. It's like from everybody around that middle. If the ball is sitting at 2 foot deep, then there's an opportunity to take some long range back. That was one of them. It wasn't on target.
Mokoena in the business again. There's a little jersey tug on the back of Ikram Reyners. Lovely ball through into Swani. Offside against Polokwane City this time. An hour of football in Seshego. Polokwane City 0, Mamelodi Sundowns 0. Failed to score against Richards Bay FC in 90 minutes. Adams forward. Fascinating that Polokwane City giving Kaizer Chiefs a hard time just 2 matches ago. But that's the best that Polokwane City have done against the Gauteng sides. No wins. Just the 1 draw, 4 losses. Only 1 goal scored against the Gauteng teams. 6 conceded. So their record against Gauteng sides is not great, Polokwane City. But I tell you what, not a bad performance for a side that has a record that reads 5-0-1-4. Couple of players lining up for Mamelodi Sundowns has changed players. Lebo Motiba, back from France, is one of them. And Tashrik Matthews, who we thought might add some pace to the match, is the other. So Peter Shalolile is going to make way for Motiba, no doubt. Timber Swani is making way as well. So there'll be a change of captaincy.
Refreshes the team. Better energy. Maybe strategy as well. Like you say, the ability of Matthews, his speed in attack, something that maybe can work with Sundowns.
Sundowns push forward and a first touch in the back of the net. The flag stays down. Allende takes the celebrations. Cardoso is unmoved. But finally, the deadlock is broken in Seshego. Matebula beaten. Just after the substitutions made, Polokwane City not able to hold out.
I want you to maybe look at the distance from where that strike came from. Probably the goalkeeper unsighted because they're so deep into his face. And that basically was the point I was trying to make all along, to say there's always a chance for the midfielders to come in handy.
6th goal of the season for the Chilean. Beautifully set up. And the midfielders at their back to goal.
Yeah, exactly. Very difficult. Oh, Matiba does very well to just roll the ball beautifully into the part of Allende. And with the laces to the side of the keeper, very good chance for Matebula.
27-year-old Chilean absolutely delighted with his contribution. scored in a 4-1 victory against Chippa United last out on the 2nd of April with Reyners, Matthews and Leon. Mamalodi Sundowns finally breaking the deadlock, and on the live table they'll be above Orlando Pirates by 2 points. Polokwane City will come under scrutiny from Durban City and Golden Arrows in the last 4 rounds. The teams closest to Polokwane City. And Damani good player by Mamalodi, gets to the byline, gets it in as well, and Damani clears. Whacked back in again by Mamalodi. Space at the back post. Still an opportunity. Defender gets in the way. I'm not sure that Damani knew anything about that. But a great chance for Polokwane City to draw level. Ball still in play. Mamalodi. Robert Williams has to defend. Great play by Bongi Dlamini on that occasion, and Williams goes across and shows some great sportsmanship.
That of Mamalodi's balls, it pings it, but that first touch lets Dlamini down there. Doesn't quite grab it in time to cut the ball back, but it was a great follow-up by Mapangule. Like you said, I'm not sure if Damani knew much about it. Just happened to go on the way.
Modiba suddenly, and you spoke about this, William. What is the reaction going to be of Polokwane City when they go behind? Well, this is the situation. It looks like they're going to attack. They're going to use the width of the pitch and their attack, with the fullbacks pushing forward in Mamalodi and Nkwe, at the risk of maybe conceding another goal. But that's the risk that they're prepared to take.
Which is, for me, good enough.
Some challenge here from Kalepo. The referee calling Kalepo into the office. He has the yellow card in hand. Does Mr. Skumbuzu Gasa.
Come to my office. Now me and you are done. For now, at least. So you're talking about Polokwane City now responding to conceding a goal.
That's very late. Yeah, to get back to your point?
Yes. What I'm saying is, as long as they're prepared to risk it, but knowingly that they could then possibly concede a second, which will be curtains down for me if that happens.
Polokwane into the middle. Passed away by Ramaja.
And that's what I would also like to see Polokwane City opening up this game and trying to make a game out of it by pushing hard.
Fans have come alive here in the colours of Mamalodi Sundowns. Sundowns at the moment on top of the Betway Premiership after 26 rounds. Mamalodi asking whether it's a throw-in. It certainly is. Aubrey Modiba adding that flair to the left-hand side. Matthews. Oh, that's cheeky from Matthews. Modiba. Well, it must have been carried over the line by Matebula, because the referee's given that as a corner. Modiba seems to have been caught on the hand, although initially it looked as if he had a blood nose. Matthews in the area, Lebo Motiba in the area. The goal scorer is the supplier. Oh, a wicked curler towards the near post. Nicely done by Polokwane City, and again Ramaja and Nkaki do the business, and offside again against Bongiko Sitlamini. He's really an opportunist, is the former Platinum City Rovers winger.
With the changes made up front, Shabalala coming out. Bongiko seems to come from the left and drifts a bit more central. Daniel seems to drift a little bit back in the same position as Kalepu. Because of his speed, I think Daniels will be seen to be the one that will play a bit more up front. In the case of those transition type of balls, long play from deep.
Now Mamelodi Sundowns leading by that 1-0, having scored their 44th goal of the Betway Premiership season. Can just relax a little bit. One feels the ball not quite reaching Lebo Motiba. They still have to be careful of this transition to Mamelodi Sundowns, and Motiba under a little bit of scrutiny for the challenge. Coach Uti Mohafe from Polokwane City wants a yellow card. So double change now for Polokwane City. Rodney Mapangule is going to make way. That's how the log standings will be at the moment as a live table. Sundowns on top of the pile. Again, where they've been 12 times already this season. So Mapangule and Kalepo off. Kalepo has just picked up a yellow card, so maybe a bit of protection there. And pulling Morema has come on. He's a free kick specialist and a really, really good midfielder. So two attacking midfielders brought on, Moketsi Klapane and pulling Morema, one 35 years old and the one 15 years younger. Wow.
Those introductions you just mentioned, very offensive, tells the story that the strategy is changing from Polokwane City. They cannot continue to sit because now that they're trailing. Makes a lot of sense.
Look at the possession in the first half and the second half. Domination by Mamelodi Sundowns. Mokwena looking for Matthews. Mataludi fighting hard. Given up the hopes of grabbing a second goal, Mamelodi Sundowns. They'll have a corner here as well. Sundowns looking to make a substitution, and Ikram Reyners is going to make way for Katlego Ntsabeleng, 28-year-old who's returned from the United States of America.
He's shown quality since arriving. In his debut, scored a goal, and he's continued to really press. Sometimes they get to start him. That's how much the coach believes in him.
Scored in consecutive matches against Durban City and Stellenbosch FC, did Ntsabeleng. 8th corner of the match for Mamelodi Sundowns. Allende to the back post. Keeper makes a brilliant save off the fingertips. Matebula. Full stretch there for Lindo Kuchle.
We'll get to see this. I want to say a little bit about that save, just from an educational point of view.
Allende, these wicked free kicks continue. This time he goes into the middle. Mokwena with a header, cleared away by Ramaja. Mamelodi Sundowns applying all manner of pressure. This time from Cupido. Penalty awarded. Player down in the penalty area. The referee points to the spot. And Polokwane City not quite coming apart at the seams, but Mamelodi Sundowns applying the sort of pressure that is really making Polokwane City think. And this time, the unthinkable has happened.
Now, let's see what happens. It happens in front.
seem to be any contact made at all.
Yeah, it's difficult actually to tell.
That was the save that was made. You said there might have been a technical point to make.
Yes, it goes with both hands. When you're stretched like that, two hands shortens your reach. One hand, if you're sure not going to get to it, at least one hand gives you a better reach to tip the ball over. Like I said, he got the saves right, but it can be done better. Now he's facing a penalty from the corner kick.
Liban Mutiba, 1 goal this season so far. Can he double the lead from Mamelodi Sundowns before the half-hour mark in the second half? The referee making sure there's no encroachment, and Allende is told to keep his position. It's a good save from Matebula, trying to be a little bit too cute. Is the returnee from France, and Matebula gets a huge congratulations, but it's not clever.
A little higher would have done the trick, but do you need to do it to start? That's my question. Is like, you've been given a chance to put your name into that score sheet. You struggle with goals. If you had scored 20, I would say, no problem. You can afford to waste one opportunity.
Corners for Mamelodi Sundowns going to double figures. Mutiba on the turn, still another opportunity. Mokoena strikes. Beg your pardon, Adams has done nicely here. Gets rid of Ramaja. Matthews. Wide by Sabeleng. Ooh, that could lead to yet another corner.
That is, for me, that clearance is of a tired player. Under normal circumstances, would have done it well without any problems. It's an unnecessary corner kick that could spell big problems for Polokwane City.
Sundowns should be leading by 2-0. They're not. They do have the advantage. Can Allende drive something in? Again, it's Sabeleng getting involved, but a free kick here to Polokwane City. Player down is Gatleko Sabeleng. Started his career with the Vulcan Academy.
Stars of Africa.
Loaned out to Kaiser Chiefs for a spell, and did some business in the United States of America as well. And credit to the academies around the country, continue to do the sort of development that they are doing. Mamalodi runs out of space.
You saw very little of him in that first half. Obviously, he was sticking to the plans. A game that he's not used to, was restrained from pushing forward like he normally does. We're beginning to see him now pushing a bit forward because they've considered. Like I said, the strategy has changed now. They have to be offensive. They're going to try and get something out of this game. They want to stay in the top 8.
Don't forget, these two sides meet again on Sunday in Tshwane. Jaden Adams, Allende, closed down very rapidly. Well done to Mutiba, but the ball's been poached away here. Offside flag comes out a little gingerly from assistant referee Kamuzu Razumi-Sali, and that's why the Polokwane City players and supporters next to our con box here are a little perplexed. Ndamani under scrutiny. With that penalty miss, Polokwane City must back themselves here surely to throw everything at Mamelodi Sundowns and hope to grab an equaliser. There's only been 3 victories, as you said, out of 22 matches in all competitions for Polokwane City. Only 9 goals as well. Ramabu, no way through. Ooh, a little bit of confusion between two, but Mataludi's done nicely. They try to stay on side as Keanu Cupido makes the clearance for Sundowns. Nice turn from Kampala. They stay on side to Polokwane City. Diving header away by Cupido. Turning into a football match, and it's a real struggle here. Ramabu. Lovely diving header clearance from Kulisimudao. Now, suddenly it's Mamelodi Sundowns who are playing on the transition, which is rather interesting.
But at least the space behind is now available. The opportunity for ball play at the defensive line of Polokwane City is there. Against it's just Sundowns taking an opportunity.
Briefly, there was a threat from Daniels, but Ronald Williams is an experienced campaigner. He's come a long way since his days in the Karoo with the Hungry Lions out in Uppington. Hungry Lions doing brilliantly at the moment in the first division. Modiba. Oh, space here for the shot, and Matthews didn't quite have enough time to pull the trigger. Mataludi goes on a run, gets his way past Allende, runs into Modiba, not a bad ball though. Second ball wide from Marema. Opportunity to keep it in play by Mataludi. Allende for company, the Chileans done well. 10 minutes in stoppage time away from full time. If it stays the way it is, Sundowns will be top of the table after 26 rounds of the Betway Premiership. Matthews doing a spot of defending and rather nicely too, and he's away. Allende allowing him the freedom to have a little dart and not able to link up with Lebo Modiba. Mataludi, lovely ball. Ramaja dummies one way, goes for goal himself, almost in a similar fashion in the first half to what Mokoena did.
Indeed, but very unlucky and disappointed with himself. For me, a little bit of adjustment of his upper body could have done the trick, but maybe a bit of a left because it was angled perfectly to kill it into the upper post, but clearly it's not left with it. They've thrown Polokwane City out, but I think Polokwane City, they came out. So you can see Ronwin just trying to be able to escalate that method further to see them draw them further out.
Modiba with the touch. Kampala in the middle of the park. Mataludi. It's good control up front as well, and Daniels looking to run onto it. This is good play by Polokwane City, showing that they're not just a defensive unit, that they can play attacking football. Header from Nkaki. But physical in the middle there from Katleko Tabeleng. The game has opened up, and it's a far different story now than it was through nearly 70 minutes of the match. Maybe an hour of it. Modiba clears. Allende, Mokoena, lovely control, Matthews. And suddenly there's a little bit of space opening, but Matthews is running into trouble. It's done well to find Modiba. Jaden Adams. Foul play by Mamelodi Sundowns. Modal. Now just a bit of obstruction really from Kalisa Modal on Chloe and Quit. Mataludi. Adams got a touch, but it very nearly assisted Bongi Kosi Dlamini. Matibula. Ndamani, nobody bothering to chase. 6.5 minutes and stoppage time separating Mamelodi Sundowns from once again finishing a week at the top of the table. 12 weeks so far, 13 upcoming if they can maintain their lead or enhance upon it. Mokoena, Allende has gone on a little charge. Support from Mutiba. Allende leaves it behind. Good work again done by Manuel Kambala. Keeper sweeper from Williams. Danger averted. Absolutely nobody else except for Daniels over the halfway line. Now Ndamani will calm things down a fraction. He's 22 years old. Is Kulumani. 22nd appearance of the season. He just has slotted in so beautifully in that defense. Grant Gekana and Kiana Cupido sharing the defensive duties with Ndamani. Lovely ball through the middle once again by Jaden Adams, and this is Matthews. Needs to be clear that the ball is heading towards Lebo Motiba. Lebo Motiba is going to make way for Divine Lunga, who played in the Champions League semi-final first leg. Did a good job. A bit of a sketchy start from the Zimbabwean in that CAF Champions League semi-final against Esperance at left back. But the longer the game went on, he just improved, and he really ended off with a great performance. Matiba's had a good match today. His place taken by Divine Lunga. Flick on from Marema. Mokoena, Adams.
Hardly puts a foot wrong, Jalen, in that middle.
Yep. Work to be done by Mr. Williams. Not a great first touch from Divine Lunga, although the ball was played to him right on the touchline. To cast their mind forward, I suppose. 4 minutes and stoppage time away from the second half stoppage time in Seshego. One has to cast our mind forward to Sunday, William, and the day after the cup final in which you'll be involved. And Mamelodi Sundowns hosting Polokwane City in a match that City will be hoping for a spot of revenge. And from what you've seen here today,
they have what it takes.
They have what it takes.
I've been very impressed. Yes, defensive, but when the situation needed a different strategy, they were up to it. I mean, this second half performance is worthy of something. They actually pushed Sundowns to the back and they started applying the high press.
This will be 17 matches unbeaten for Mamelodi Sundowns after the loss against Golden Arrows. Only loss in the Premier League. Incredible. 46 tackles made in this encounter, just showing the type of pressure that's been exerted on both sides of the pitch. The time is running out for Polokwane City. Set pieces can be crucial, have been crucial in the past, and very nearly getting themselves a goal here. I don't think there was an offside flag. I think the flag that was signalled by assistant referee Razwu Misani was for the goal kick, but that was very, very close indeed to an equaliser.
Yeah, Sundowns would have let them down.
No, he's offside.
Definitely. Definitely. He was ahead of the line, yeah.
He said Marema was a free kick specialist.
Wouldn't have counted.
Beautifully done by Polokwane City, even though it was offside.
My worry is Mamelodi Sundowns allowing a man in between the defenders, and that might have been deliberate because they let him stray offside.
Marema forward. Ndamani clears. Polokwane City in a hurry here. Ramabu closed down by Lunga. First challenge from the Zimbabwean substitute. Mamelodi Sundowns, who have not suffered a loss in the Betway Premiership in 2026. This will be the first home loss since the Amazulu loss on the 21st of March. And incidentally, William, that all of the home losses Polokwane City this season so far have come in the Betway Premiership, and all of them in 2026. No home losses before Christmas.
And the one against Amazulu happened right at the end. It was 0-0 up till the 88th minute or so. That's where Matloko, the newly signed, came into the picture.
Losing twice against Amazulu at home, once in the league and once in the Nedbank Cup. Loss against Orlando Pirates as well. In 2026, home losses. We're in the final minute then of regulation time in Seshego. Might have been a cold evening weather-wise, but nothing cold about the delivery as Williams has to come across and do a bit of protecting of his own goal, and heart attack material for a coach. Matthews. Still Matthews.
Tabelin was waiting on that far side with his hands up in anticipation for that ball to be rolled across. And Matthews opted to go solo here.
We are in second half stoppage time. 4 minutes to be added on. Mokoena, Matthews again, has been influential. This is the kind of play that we expected from Nsabeleng and from Matthews when they were introduced. Lebo Motiba as well, playing the striker's role in the place of Peter Shalulile. Well, a free kick. Sundowns in a really, really good position. Sirulele, incidentally, leading by the half-time scoreline of 2-0 over Kaizer Chiefs. Away from home, that's a bit of a party spoiler as far as the third-place side is concerned, but they still, Kaizer Chiefs, 5 points ahead of Amazulu with 4 matches remaining. A little chat by Mudau and the coaches, while Linda Kukle Matebula seizes his options, and Kampala back in defence. Doesn't have Mapanguli with him anymore, but he does have it. Pulling Marema. Remember him as Pulling Klolani. Making sure the wall is back the requisite distance. So one of the options here, one has to fancy that Marcelo Allende would have another bite of the cherries, having a chat to Matthews and Tabeleng. I think the Chilean fancies himself for the shot, or will it be Mokoena? Because he can bang them from distance, maybe 10-15 yards further back than that even.
Yeah. And the distance not too bad, eh? No. If you think about the ball going over the wall and dropping behind.
I reckon it's going to be direct effort here from Teboko. And it is. It takes a massive deflection. Or did it? That's just gone wide. Because the goal kick's been awarded by referee Skubuzu Gaza. Taken over the captain's armband from Temba Zwane when Zwane was replaced. But yeah, does possess a venomous right boot, doesn't he? Good touch here from Dlamini. Not so great from Kampala. Little hanger that is nicely defended by Ndamani eventually. Free kick to Sundowns, and Polokwane City not happy. It does give Sundowns an opportunity just to control matters. With time running out here now, it's Seshego. There's only 80 seconds remaining. Make it 75. Hard-fought victory tonight, William. But back to Victory Road since the win against Durban City on the 7th of April. 17 matches unbeaten since their last loss, top of the table again. and a chance to extend that. The Mamalodi Sundowns beat Polokwane City on Sunday, with Pirates not being involved because of a match that's been brought forward because of the CAF Champions League final. Then it would be 5 points clear of Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns. Yes, Pirates would have a match in hand, but yeah, it would be quite an anxious situation, I think. Pressure building in Orlando.
So from the way it looks like, is the 9th championship on the way in this session.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, possession is 9/10 the law, and if there is a situation where Sundowns win tonight, as they look likely to do, as Dlamini picks up a yellow card from the referee, and they win on Sunday, that's 5 points clear.
And that
three
might
matches
be a
remaining.
mountain,
Yeah, absolutely.
mountain to climb for Orlando Pirates to catch up.
They do have to play Chiefs, though, Sundowns.
Oh, yes.
Dlamini involved in that challenge with Ndamani, who comes down rather heavily. I think he'll be okay. He's a young man. He's the centre-back. Well, 4 minutes that were added on by the referee have elapsed, but we'll probably have just a second or two added on because of that knock to Ndamani. The coaches of Mamelodi Sundowns want the final whistle. 2 yellow cards for Polokwane City. Dlamini and Kalepo.
Once again, it's another performance for Polokwane City where you think we did so well and yet we ended up with nothing. But we are encouraged that this is a team that is very solid, you can build on. I think this is where, once again, the coach will come from.
Sundowns win for the 18th time, equaling that of the 18 victories for Orlando Pirates, but they have 2 draws more than Pirates with 7-5. And a 2-point lead at the top of the table, 61-59, the first side into the 60s in the Betway Premiership this season. Sundowns back at the top of the table, and the chasing pack have work to do. Because as we said, if Sundowns win and do the double over Polokwane City on Sunday, that's 64 points and a gap of 5, with the season running out quickly. And yeah, big pressure on Abdeslam Wadu and his Buccaneer side. But tonight, William Shongwe, all around good performance from Sundowns. They were